Imagine a drink so old, it predates the pyramids and the wheel. What if I told you it's still around today, and you might have some in your fridge right now? I'm not talking about water, surprisingly enough. We're talking about something far more interesting. Something that has been with humanity almost since the beginning: mead. Now, for a lot of you, when I say mead, your mind probably jumps straight to Vikings, right? Or maybe some epic fantasy novel with elves and dwarves clinking horns in a medieval tavern. And yeah, those are definitely part of its story. But here's the kicker. Mead, this incredible honey-based alcoholic beverage, stretches back way further than any Viking longship or fantasy kingdom. We're talking potentially 20,000 to 40,000 years ago. Think about that for a second. The wheel, roughly 5,500 years old. The pyramids, about 4,500 years. Mead blows them out of the water. This makes it, quite possibly, the first times alcoholic beverage ever concocted by humans. That's just wild to think about. But how? How did this even happen? I mean, it's not like our ancient ancestors had breweries or distilleries. Picture this scene: a primal human group, perhaps foraging, perhaps seeking shelter, stumbles upon a fallen beehive. Maybe it was knocked down in a storm, or perhaps a bear had a go at it. Inside, rainwater has collected in the honeycomb, mixing with the honey. Over time, wild yeasts, they're everywhere, literally floating in the air, found their way in, started doing their thing, and fermented times it. Now, imagine that curious, brave, or maybe slightly foolish ancestor. They see this strange, bubbling concoction. They might notice the sweet smell mixed with something else. They try a sip, and boom, the party starts. Or at least an accidental, mind-altering discovery is made. And just like that, an unintentional tradition kicks off. One that would sweep across continents and cultures, shaping human history in ways we rarely consider. It's a fantastic origin story, isn't it? Pure serendipity. This wasn't just some ancient party drink, though. Far from it. Mead, in various forms, played a colossal role in the lives of early humans. We see it pop up everywhere in ancient texts and archaeological finds. It was central to rituals, woven into mythological stories, and even used for medicinal purposes across a huge range of cultures. From the ancient Greeks, who called it the nectar of the gods, believing it could grant immortality, or at the very least, poetic inspiration, to the Chinese, Celts, and countless other civilizations, mead was revered. It wasn't just a drink. It was a connection to the divine, a source of wisdom, and a symbol of celebration. Talk about having some serious street cred for a beverage. But, as with many things, tastes and technologies change. Fast forward a bit through history, and mead's popularity started to wane. Why? Well, two big things happened. First, grape cultivation took off, leading to the rise of wine. Grapes are, frankly, easier to farm on a large scale for fermentation than wild honey. And then, later, hops were discovered and incorporated into brewing, giving us beer as we know it. Beer was easier to make consistently and often cheaper, especially in cooler climates where grapes struggled. So, mead became more of a niche drink, largely forgotten in the major alcoholic beverage markets for centuries. It hung on in monasteries, where monks kept the tradition alive, and in specific cultural pockets, but it definitely lost its prime time slot. And yet, here's the cool part. It never truly disappeared. Despite being overshadowed for so long, mead, like a sleeper hit, is making a comeback. In fact, the last 20 years have seen a fascinating resurgence. Craft meaderies are popping up times everywhere. Seriously, it's like a quiet revolution. These modern mead makers are incredible. They're experimenting with different honey types, orange blossom, wildflower, buckwheat, and throwing in a whole pantry of fruits, spices, and even hops. They're pushing the boundaries of what mead can be, moving far beyond that simple, sweet, syrupy image many people associate with it. It's truly a renaissance for this ancient elixir. What's truly amazing is the sheer versatility of mead today. If you've only ever tried one kind, you've barely scratched the surface. You can find mead that is bone dry, almost like a crisp white wine. There are sparkling meads that bubble and fizz like champagne, perfect for a celebration. And yes, you can still find those thick, rich, sweet dessert meads that are like liquid gold. But then it gets even wilder. Some meads are aged in bourbon barrels, picking up those smoky vanilla notes. Others are infused with exotic ingredients like hibiscus, juniper, or even hot peppers, creating a spectrum of flavors that is, honestly, broader than almost any other alcohol category out there. It's mind-boggling how many different expressions you can find. It's truly an open canvas for craft. So, next time you're browsing the aisles of a craft brewery or exploring a specialty liquor store, keep an eye out for mead. I urge you to try a bottle, especially if you think you don't like it based on some medieval stereotype. You might be surprised, delighted, and even a little bit awestruck, because what you're holding, what you're tasting, isn't just a delicious drink, it's a literal taste of history. It connects us to celebrations and rituals that predate civilization itself, reminding us that some of the best things truly do stand the test of time. Have you ever tried mead? What's your favorite style? Or maybe you have a wild theory about how it was times discovered. Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this journey back in time as fascinating as I did, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the forgotten corners of history and intriguing facts. Until next time, stay curious.